going live. It
Yeah,
says we're
lies.
and change colors. There it goes.
Yeah. Doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Yes.
Currently, weather is who the hell knows. If you'd like to support us, donate here. As far as the weather,
Yeah.
if you like good coffee, talk to these guys. Be sure you let them know you heard about it from us. Support these guys; they support us.
Yes, we have a quilt. That is now the official Blanket Fort quilt.
From Three Ravens Publishing, matter of fact.
Yeah, Hillbilly's wife and daughter made that for us, and it is gratefully appreciated. So now we'll have some kind of backing for us. And yes, it's made out of old Hawaiian shirts.
Because why would it not be?
Yeah, I'm using a different mic today because I did not get a chance to come down and test the fix.
I'm busy making a meme.
Oh, okay. It's the little things. Sadly, Toby Keith died this morning.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably the best thing that could have happened considering he had stomach cancer and he was really not doing well.
He apparently had a worse case than he let on because damn.
Yeah. Just stab me now.
What?
Interview Jill Barup about her Just Stab Me Now book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm busy uploading a new meme suggested by the latest intern Mike Burke to North Texas Troublemakers.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah. My little novella finally went up Sunday, and people are buying it, which I appreciate.
Oh, good.
Eric, no idea. Cheese sandwich, milkshake. Yeah,
We
okay.
pay cheese sandwiches and abuse.
Yeah. A milkshake is an extra.
Eh.
Wait, somebody gets milkshakes?
I said it's an extra.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we got here? Giant Freaking Robots releases on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm really, the author list on this one is going to be wow.
It's full of squeeing right now.
Oh, it's the squee was
Very cute.
my squee was because damn.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you we had a Battleneck author on there, did we?
No. No, they not tell me they had one of the original 3 Battletech authors, as one of our authors. Pretty sure that dolphins out in the Gulf went, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So Goblin Market opened today.
The Goblin Market opened.
Yeah.
Y'all need to turn in stuff for Goblin Market. Rita is busy going through the Moggies in space and giggling like a schoolgirl. There's some good stories in there. Y'all are great. Y'all are really great. Yeah. I can't. The stories y'all come up with are just fantastic. They really are. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got.
Well, Alma's got a new one out too.
Oh, she does. Good.
Yep, Harrier and Murder. And it's the 5th in the new generations of familiars. Excellent book. Expands a lot of things and has some things hanging. So that series is obviously going to continue.
Yes, well, almost another one that can't do either single standalone novels or trilogies.
No. Rick, you should have picked up on the sending him someplace to basically say Greenland to count canteens.
Greenland count, Husky turds is the one I use.
Yeah. Yeah, John Van Stry's also got a new one out, Taking Ground.
Yep, on his Wolfhounds series. He is knocking those out.
Yeah, I don't know. He and Alma, I cannot write that fast. There is no way in hell.
Both of them have more practice into it, I think, practice than we do, though.
Yeah.
Several years more practice.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else we got?
Oh, Barrett is a stage fencer. Ooh. Character does not cooperate. Gee, I wouldn't know
I have
anything about
no
that.
idea. No idea what that's like. None at all. Recreated the Halfton novel I lost. Ouch.
Oh, well, at least you're working on something, Tom.
I've got, yeah. Yeah.
Rick, you and I both have experienced that type of intel officer in our careers. And yes, I could have played it out the way you were expecting, but I figured, nah, I'll just do the thing that actually happened to one of the ones that I encountered, and that was they went off into nowhere to do something long enough to frustrate them so they would get the hell out of service.
Are we telling war stories again?
Oh, Rick doesn't like my ending to my novella.
I can tell war stories about idiots. I was telling a story about the old army. I hate it to have to use that. The old army to somebody this morning, and the memory set my teeth on edge.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of setting teeth on edge, 3 or 4 of the illegals that beat down the New York cops got arrested in Phoenix.
After getting tickets
Yes.
from the New York City government to go there.
Yeah.
It's the tour.
Yeah, well, apparently they're going back to New York City.
Yeah, they could go back south and just get booted across the border as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. The new old army, the old army. Yeah.
8 decibels lower. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. Well, because he's sitting in a different location than I am. I'll turn the mic so maybe that'll help.
Jim, if you move the computer to the center, it works better. Just sit it between the two of you. You found that out, I heard you.
Then I can't type.
Well, that's okay. You don't have to.
That's no great loss either.
Save your strength for your story.
There was, okay, way back in the day when I was a much younger and fitter man.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, we had a brand new butter bar, brand new second lieutenant, been a second lieutenant less than a month, whom I shall refer to forthwith as Lieutenant Nugget. And he showed up just in time for an RTEP, Army Training Evaluation Program. And RTEPs back then were graded. You got a score.
Yeah.
And he decided that he was, during the pre-RTEP briefing, he was going to inform his section that a score of less than 95 was not, would not be accepted. Well, I forget, it was 92, 93, or 94. It was a crap program. I forget what the hell we were trying to do. But his section was 3 teams. Each team had a staff sergeant and some folks. We were doing things. So he got most displeased by our score, which was still pretty good. We weren't slouches. We just the program the Army was trying to do just didn't work. I forget what the hell it was, but it was a stupid program. We couldn't get it to work. Stupid. The whole evolution was stupid. Anyway, so he got most displeased, and after we cleaned our gear, he had his section fall out in front of the barracks. Told everybody he was so remembering this is like a 21-year-old kid. He told everybody how disappointed he was. Dismissed everybody except the 3 staff sergeants, put us in front leaning rest, and has to do push-ups in front of everybody in the barracks while we walked back and forth in front of us and expounded at great length about the state of his disappointment. So he's got 3 staff sergeants. And I remember looking up and seeing Command Sergeant Major Ross walk around the barracks with a cup of coffee, stop and blow coffee out his nose. And the brigade sergeant major came running and said, Lieutenant Nugget, I need, can I have a word with you? He said, not now, Sergeant Major, I'm busy.
Oh.
So brigade whispered to a specialist who took off like his pants were on fire. And next thing I know, the brigade CO shows up, says, can I have a word with you? So he ceremoniously recovers us to front line rest position, 22 push-ups into the 25 he said we were going to have. And we go to our barracks. And then a little while later, we're upstairs because the staff sergeants, senior NCOs, we were in the upstairs section. And we hear his voice at the bottom of the stairs say, "This is not Nugget. Please don't kill me." And it's like, and brigade CO comes up with brigade's command sergeant major, and he walks up. He says, "Okay, please don't kill him. We're going to take care of it. Please don't kill him." He's looking around the room, and CSM says, "Sir, can I have a moment?" And so brigade, who was still looking very worried, he looked around the room, was looking very worried. He took off, and brigade command sergeant major said, "All right, yes, he fucked up. You will not kill him. He is leaving in 24 hours and won't be back." He said, he walked over to my desk and picked something up. He says, "I saw the E4 you had watching the porta shitters. I told him to fuck off. So I'm going to tell you right now, if something like this flashbang goes down the vent hole on a porta shitter while Lieutenant Nugget is in there and blows 30 gallons of toilet paper and blue gonorrhea hepatitis up his ass, I'm going to know who did it. Now, I don't think that you're dumb enough to leave proof, but I don't need proof, and I will make your lives hell for the next 6 months. Am I clear?" It's like, yes, Sergeant Major. He said, "All right. Now, after breakfast in the morning, you will report to the motor pool. There is a Humvee waiting that you will check out. In the back of the Humvee is a cooler with some Shiner. You will go to Belton Lake, and you will sit there, and you will drink no more than 2 beers each and watch the pretty girls until after chow, when you will come back and you will report to brigade about the availability of Belton Beach as a drop zone. Am I clear?" Like, "Yes, Command Sergeant Major." He said, "Now I realize that this is has caused issues. But I'm here to tell you, if you can't recover from one second lieutenant's fuck ups, you don't deserve the rockers we gave you. So some of your more troublesome privates and specialists wind up with extra bruises in the next couple of weeks. It happens. Deal with it. Am I clear?" "Yes, Sergeant Major." "All right. Don't kill him." That was the old Army. Apparently in the new Army, you can't do that.
Well, I have one similar. When I originally went to get commissioned, I was selected for AOCS, Pensacola. Went over there, screwed my shoulder up, dislocated it twice on the obstacle course, and got NPQ, not physically qualified. So I went back to the fleet. Unknown to me, the folks on the board in DC switched my paperwork over to OCS. So I get selected to go to OCS in Newport, Rhode Island.
In Ukraine,
What
President
the
Zelensky.
hell? Sorry about that.
So I'm up in Rhode Island, and being the sly and cunning E6 that I was, I made a deal on the way up to come directly back to aviation, which was not supposed to be done. Had to do 2 years on a boat before you could reapply. Well, I'd cut a deal with some folks in DC. So I get up to Rhode Island, and I have a company officer up there, and we're in about the 6th or 8th week. Oh, yeah, Tom, I've seen that too.
Oh, more than once.
Yeah. And my company officer was Mustang. And he comes in and he says, I know you've got this deal. He said, but you really need to have a letter from somebody fairly high ranked requesting you to come back. And I said, well, I know somebody I can call. So he says, all right, well, go in this office over here and call. Well, so I went in the office and I called Admiral Waller down at Airland because I had been Airland NATOPS and he knew who I was and he thought pretty good of us. So I'm on the phone with him and this female lieutenant whose only job had ever been at personnel
Oh, dear.
walked into the office, saw me, said, what the hell are you doing on the phone and who authorized it? Grabs the phone out of my hand and goes, who the fuck is this? And she turned paper white, came to attention, and all I heard was, yes, sir, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, no, sir. And she shoved the phone back at me and ran out of the room. I went, I'm sorry about that, sir. And all I hear is laughter. And he goes, I think I fixed her clock. Yes, sir, probably. He says, the letter will be there tomorrow. I will fax it to them. Every other time I saw this female lieutenant, she would literally turn around and go the other way. Even if we were in formation, she would turn around and go the other way. But I also had an intel officer, to get back to what Rick asked me about, who was, shall we say, less than happy that a peon of a naval flight officer would have access to things that they didn't have.
And
So she was constantly trying to find out what we were doing, but she wasn't cleared for it. And we had told her that on multiple occasions. And we're up in Eielson Air Force Base, Alaska, doing some real world ops. And my off wing guy got sick. So I was having to basically triple up. And I hadn't had any sleep in about 72 hours. And she comes in and I ask her a question. And she did the Valley Girls salute. You know, I don't know. And I just looked at her and I said, damn Valley Girls, I swear. Well, everybody else cracked up. Because, I mean, she was the prototypical Valley Girl. The only thing missing was the shoulder pads. So she goes over and files a sexual harassment suit against me
Jesus.
via the high side directly to the Admiral Staff intel officer, who was also female, who happened to know me fairly well. And I'm unaware of this. So my off wing finally gets to feeling good enough to come in. I go back and rack out, and I slept for 12 solid hours. Got back up, come in, and there's a message for me. It says, stand by for incoming. Chief of Staff is en route. And I'm going, huh? What? And everybody's going, man, we have no idea what's going on. So this female intel officer shows up, takes one look at me, goes, turns around and stomps out of the room. We get no brief.
Oh, dear.
So I run over to the Air Force Intel facility, which was interesting. Get a quick brief, come back, give it to the crew, launch their ass. And just about the time we're getting ready to roll out that evening, do a shift turnover, get the word that a P3's inbound from Moffett. Okay. Well, Chief of Staff comes down the ladder, walks over to me, goes, what the fuck did you do? And I looked at him and said, what? He says, what the fuck did you do to get the intel officer so pissed off she filed a sexual harassment complaint against you? I just looked at him and said, sir, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. He says, well, she did. And I'm here to fix it. And back of my mind, I'm going, oh shit, I
Oh,
just
dear.
screwed up.
Oh dear.
This one's gonna hurt.
Oh dear.
So we go in, he meets everybody. This intel officer is just, oh, sir, anything I can do for you, I'll be more than happy. You know, the whole song and dance. And they disappear into the intel spaces. He comes out about 20 minutes later and goes, we'll go grab some supper and we'll crew rest and we'll go back to Moffett in the morning. And I'm going, well, I guess I better pack. And I said, I'm assuming I'm going with you, sir. He said, oh, hell no, you're not going. You got too much damn work to do. Oh, by the way, you now I also have to do all the intel shit. Huh? He says, I'm taking her back with me. We don't need this. And got back to Moffett about a week and a half later, and she was nowhere to be found. And I still do not know where they sent her.
Point Barrow.
One
One dog
she
turd,
went
two dog
away.
turds, 3 dog turds.
Yeah.
I was bebopping through a motor pool one day, and the chief warrant officer 5,
Oh,
motor pool chief, yelled something. And I went, "What, chief?" And said he was going to beat some BX. So me and a specialist and chief jumped in a Humvee with no windshield, no door, drove the BX. Spec 4 goes in to get whatever the chief wanted, probably coffee and dip, and it's candy bars for me. And back in the day, back in the old, your rank was on your collars.
Yeah.
Well, his collars had flipped up, and he was driving because he didn't want anybody else driving that Humvee. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat, my knee up on the dashboard, half asleep. And this butter bar comes up and starts jumping off in my driver's butt because he's slovenly and he's sloppy and his mustache is out of rags. And because the collar, you couldn't see the rank. He's like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, indeed, sir. What'd you say your name was, sir? Oh, indeed. What unit? Yes, sir." Special comes back, goes, your eyes get about that big. And the young lieutenant is all happy. He has now put an airing enlisted in his place and takes off. That poor bastard never got a decent vehicle the rest of the time I was there.
Yeah.
He had to change so many tires and so many thrown tracks.
And Tom's comment, Lieutenant, I've spent more time in the chow hall than you have on active duty. Yeah.
Oh, he did. And I actually was there when the lieutenant came storming in the 3rd time he had to change thrown track on an M3. Came in just ranting and raving, and chief walked out of his office with his coffee cup. The lieutenant went with that, "You look familiar,"
Yeah.
look on his face. And chief said, "I'll take care of it, Lieutenant." Threw 2 more tracks the next day.
Yeah. And Greg says, you actually saw a CW05 in a person? Yeah.
Right. That was, and the Army had just instituted the rank of CW5, and hell, the polish on his bars didn't have time to come off. It's like the first week CW5 came out,
Oh, geez.
and it still looked grimy.
Yeah.
It's like, here's your warrant officer. It nasty.
Yeah.
Every warrant officer I've ever seen on BDUs looked like it had fungus.
Yeah. There was this was back quite a few years ago, during probably 2007, 8, 9 time frame. There was a Army CW05 attached to 3rd Fleet. Said CW05 had been called out of retirement.
They are specialists.
Yeah. And he was a former helicopter pilot. Former / still technically, with 160th.
Okay.
So his job was to coordinate with 3rd Fleet to get the Army helicopter pilots in 160th qualified on small boys, landing on destroyers. He never showed up in uniform. He always wore BDUs. And he would come into meetings that we were in. He goes, "You got any small boys out there?" "Yeah, Chief, I'm gonna probably have 1 or 2. Can I hit them?" I said, "Sure. Why not?" So he got to play in a couple of our exercises. We had one situation where we were out on the range, and they had a AH-64 out playing. He was doing missile firing out on the range, and we had this boat, this pleasure craft, decide it was going to stick around the back of San Clemente, come on the range. So called in and said, got a hold of the chief and said, "Hey, Chief, can we borrow that 64 for a few minutes?"
No. No.
And he goes, "Why?" "Well, we got this pleasure yacht that snuck on the backside of the range, and we need somebody to move it off." "Oh, sure, we'll be more than happy to do that."
That's why you say no.
Well, he moved him off the range. We went on with the exercise.
Sure, he
And
chummed the water as he was moving off the range.
yeah, about 3 hours later, the 64s had left, and the son of a bitch came back around again just at dusk.
Must have really liked the fishing in that spot.
Yeah, what he was fishing with was already on the boat.
Mm.
And there happened to be a Mark V coming out from Point Loma with a few seals on it for training. So
Extra training.
they got to do a boarding at
The
sea.
VBSS. Of
Yeah. They were fully kitted up.
course they were.
Got to do a boarding at sea on a yacht.
Visit, board, search, and seize.
Yep. And apparently literally scared the shit out of this young lady that was on the back of the boat when they came over the stern.
Can't imagine why.
And they were both arrested. The boat was seized. And apparently, according to some folks in San Diego, the owner of the boat was divorced shortly thereafter. And oh, by the way, never got the boat back.
So anyway, Courtney wandered in while we were telling stories.
Yeah.
And the stories are fascinating. Very amazing.
So tell us about your impressions of giant freaking robots. Right. The squealing off this one's been great.
The authors are super excited. Everybody who's seen what's involved in it has been just incredibly excited. The stories are fantastic. That's perfect. That's perfect. Because yes, they're all just really just raring to go, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yes. And we really, really need you all to push this one pretty hard because it's our first real guest author or guest
Yes.
editor. Excuse me, guest editor.
Our guest editor.
And I'd like to make him as much of an impression as we can so we can get more of these.
Mhm.
Because the guest editor thing has been really good.
James has been a fabulous guinea pig.
Yeah. I don't know that he would necessarily like that term.
He acknowledged that that's exactly what he is.
Yeah.
Guinea pig, will you stand there and hold this?
All right, go do this. Oh no, not like this. Okay, so this is actually how we do that. Let me walk you through this again. There's been a lot of like I thought I was clear, and I was absolutely not clear because I was talking to myself in my brain.
It's
We're
been really good training for everybody involved, actually.
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting the standard operating procedures down and how to put that off to somebody else, how to explain it and put them on the
How to
next
actually
thing.
delegate.
I'm learning. I'm having to. I'm working on it.
Here, hold this bag.
Hold this. Yes, it's ticking. Don't worry about it.
And so it's yeah, but it's been good. Got some fantastic responses from some of the authors,
Mhm.
Good.
and from people who are like, "Oh, I didn't know about this. But tell you about the next one." So yeah,
And as usual, does this smell like chloroform? Yeah, you asked Mike about that. As usual, we got enough that there will be 2 of the giant robot anthos coming out. And like I said, I really need everybody to push this one hard.
I read Ringo. I know what good training means.
and I would
Whoops.
say write them down. Yes, I am writing them down. I have chat logs to go through and pull from. So yes, but yeah, no, it's been great. And the joke cover that Cedar made, some of the comments on that.
Oh yeah.
It's on Raconteur Press and North Texas Publishers.
Yeah, it's hysterically funny.
We were informed that one of our authors was squeeing. So Cedar made a giant squeeing robots, just a throwaway cover with little kawaii giant robots. So I had to post that.
Yeah, it's on the Raconteur Press page. It
It should be North
hysterically
Texas
funny.
Trailmaker Raconteur Press. It's cute.
Yeah, so
Yes.
yep. It's adorable, and the insistence that we're not doing this is getting a bunch of people saying, "Are you sure?"
Yes.
Not this year.
No, it is not happening this year. If it happens, at
So
all.
that's the joke one, that because one of our authors, well, most of our authors are squeeing. So Cedar, because it's Cedar, threw that together in about 30 seconds. Oh, I'll just do this while I'm doing 40 other things. Bam, there you go. So giant squeeing robots is not on the no, I'm not even gonna say that because y'all will take it as a fucking challenge. I'm just not gonna go there because y'all will take it as a challenge.
We're not scheduling anything until 2025, and we will bring up 2025 schedule sometime in July. So if you remember this, there's a possibility.
You haven't seen my notes. I've got notes for 2025. It's already full.
Uh-huh. I'm aware of how full 2025 is.
So
Uh.
that's the news. I'm sitting here like looking on other stuff, and suddenly I get bing, 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 bing of people going and liking the cover on Raconteur Press. Guys are great at following directions. So,
Giant skiing robots is the next variant.
no,
Alpine Mecha for the win.
no. Okay, so I want a change to my business card.
Oh no.
I want my business card to say no, just no.
Okay. I have
Add that.
to as soon as we
No,
update all the
just no.
email addresses, I have to update them anyway, so we'll get that done.
Um,
My job.
for those of you following the that we now have the Raconteur Press LLC. If you're reading my blog, I said that was the
You're official now.
yeah, we are official. That was the key point to a lot of changes. One of those changes is we had a free range oyster and his brother, who would be a free range scallop.
Mm,
In here,
some kind of pilot.
we have a dedicated in-house server, courtesy of John Van Stry, who donated a server, and then Free Range Oyster and his brother put the whole thing together. So we have we actually have a dedicated server that all of our stuff will be on. That's the and then after that we got more stuff coming. So
It's the first quarter of this year is incredibly busy as we get all this set up.
Yeah.
So if you talk to me somewhere, send me an email because I guarantee I will not remember.
No.
So yeah, emails are important.
new.
Plus, we had Hillbilly and Family in this weekend
Oh yeah,
too.
we did
Oh my
we
gosh.
did the first Rising Tide podcast with Hillbilly.
Mhm.
We'll get that Courtney and or Nick will get that properly edited, and we'll get that out sometime this month. And then we'll go to the next one. We're gonna do one a month. So
Mhm.
Yeah, they were on their way out to Superstars
I haven't
and
seen
making a pilgrimage to the
the Robert E. Howard.
Robert E. Howard House,
yeah,
uh,
wow,
who was the one that wrote the original Conan stories.
yep, and so much more.
Yeah.
One of the original giants of pulp fiction.
Yep, Pulp Fiction and fantasy,
Mhm.
Yep.
and sadly committed suicide.
That was wow.
Yeah,
Giant kvetching robots. Yes. Actually, that's probably no. we're
I'm
not going there.
surprised David didn't come up with that one.
Giant kvetching robot. Yeah, nope, we're not going there. Not going there.
And who has checked it is secured from the internet.
Oh, they got
Rick,
checked and double
it's
checked.
the
Those two
free
are-
range oyster is a professional. This is what he does for a living.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lot of our passwords got sniffed at.
Yeah. We're gonna have HIPAA level security on a
Yeah,
lot of this.
they do have a level of security on servers. So,
Yeah.
And considering how many times you guys are like almost unpersoned, we just need to have
Yeah.
that kind of security.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and we have backups on backups and backups with backups. So don't worry about all that stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
If they can get in, and I'm not saying they can't, but they're going to have to work at it. And
Yeah.
I honestly, most people that hate us don't have the patience. Don't have the patience.
Yeah. No, it's not a challenge. It is literally just we're taking as many precautions as we can to make sure that everything is secure and backed up so that we do not lose anything except for to human error, which
Oh,
we do our best.
Mrs. Handkerchief is in Ohenix.
Oh,
Yay, Emma made it.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, Winkle Red. What happened was Howard was taking care of his mother, and she had gone into basically hospice. She was dying. And he put her into hospice and basically committed suicide, died the day before she did. So they ended up having a dual
Mhm.
burial for the two of them.
That was an odd family dynamic.
Yeah, very, very odd. Yeah, H. Beam Piper committed suicide too. Yeah.
Nesting. It's Emma.
Yeah.
Nesting doesn't describe what that woman's doing.
No.
She is ready to pop.
Yeah.
She's tired.
Yeah.
That's nesting. It's Emma.
Yeah.
Nesting is
And you're going back to Alaska. Oh boy. Well, at least you're moving up there in the spring for versions of spring in
and
Alaska.
You're going to your southwestern raised wife. You're taking her to Alaska.
She's gonna be cold.
You're a better man than I am.
Yeah.
That's why she's in Phoenix.
Exactly. Exactly.
And yes, Drang, we did mention that Toby Keith passed last night. Yeah, we're aging out. I hate to say that. David says, HIPAA level security. My friend, the medical IT security, just winced. Yeah.
I understand.
No, these guys are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If mama's chilly, nobody's happy. That's a true statement.
Hmm.
You know the nesting is getting intense when you hear your wife ask, "Where's the chainsaw?"
Right, row.
No, honey.
I enjoyed building furniture the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy
Yeah.
because it kept me from trying to paint the walls.
Depending on what you were painting the walls with, and I think in your case it would have been blood.
I was tempted. I was so tempted.
Drang goes, where'd you get that chainsaw?
Oh, so
David, I meant parenthetically speaking, it's for my generation, most of the ones that we venerated and liked are gone, to be perfectly honest. So Anchorage area. Oh, Wasilla. Yep. Don't mess with my chainsaw. It's a tad large.
not going there. So the year starts out a little more convoluted and complex than I had planned on, but in a good way. We are now an LLC with everything. If you're going to set up an LLC, go through a lawyer. There was a whole bunch of stuff nobody ever covered with me that he covered with me about. Yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're an LLC, don't ever say you're the owner of the LLC because you just removed all the protections of the LLC.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I had to put dash manager after everything I signed on contracts. Or say again?
It's all better now.
It's all better
Yeah.
now. I just didn't realize I had to do that. You can't, if you don't put dash manager, you're setting yourself up for legal issues. I did not know that. So yeah, he gave me a crash course on the do's and don'ts, and I'm gonna have to go back in a month when I've calmed down, and because that was a bit of a high hover, and have him go over it with me again because damn.
Drank says, let me know when you do the basic training boot camp anthology. That could be interesting.
Yeah, Wally, that's what he told me was that if you do any of this, you just negated everything we did.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't say you own the company. Keep stuff. A lot of the authors I talk to at conventions, they make an LLC and they stick everything. They use the LLC to buy their cars. They use the LLC for all this stuff, and you don't do that.
No.
Because all that stuff can be taken away if your LLC loses, don't just keep the minimum amount of stuff in your LLC. I didn't know that. I was listening to bad advice.
Well, you can say you're a principal in it.
Yeah, but just not owner.
Not owner, yeah.
Don't ever use the word owner. I had to go back through all my social media and scrub the owner part.
Yeah, even with an S corp, yes. No commingling is exactly right.
I heard that multiple times.
Also known as don't cross the streams.
Yep.
Mhm.
But that was a bit of a education. And then S corp or S corp. Wow. We're going there.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We've got our own dedicated in-house bolted to the wall server. Well, actually not bolted to the wall. It's sitting on John's desk, but we actually have an in-house server and backup power supplies.
Yeah.
Because apparently, if that one goes dead, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, our backups aren't, but yeah.
Factor press crossing the streams. Oh God.
RK says, could the boot camp stories include ROTC summer camp?
Are we doing? Did somebody agree to boot camp stories when I wasn't looking?
It's not in my email.
Okay.
So it is not on the schedule for 2025.
Okay.
So you all have fun with that.
Yeah, RK can fix that.
Doesn't mean it. We're gonna be looking at that email.
Email from RK. Highlight. Delete. Nope. Didn't see it.
Got lost the move. Kidding. Not going to lose your stuff deliberately, but no.
I'm actually shit. I've been. Hey, Steve, does this handkerchief smell like chloroform to you?
Yeah.
For 2025. So I'm actually, while the ladies handle all of the stuff that's going on now, I'm actually out real in front and setting up more work for them.
as we complete things, we need the next thing to work on. So yeah, that is kind of the definition of stand out front and
Yeah, I
ready.
know. But some of them just a little idea exploded. And I wind up talking to Steve Diamond on the phone and him going, hell yeah, sounds like a great idea.
Shit.
You know, that one's going to be fun, but we're not going to discuss that because y'all will start writing in it when you need to be writing in other stuff. So there's a lot of stuff coming for 2025. Courtney's got ideas. I've got ideas. We've heard and read some of your ideas, and some of them pretty good. Some of them not so much.
Some of y'all are nuts.
Some of y'all
Doesn't mean it's a bad idea.
in
Just
fucking
you're nuts.
insane. And I've been taking notes and setting up and talking to people about more guest editing and more stuff for 2025.
Oh,
Damn. Hold my beer, Antho. Yeah, I saw that. You put it on comment on my blog, and it's been on North Texas Troublemakers. I took a note. We'll see. It's not a bad idea, but we'll see. And Ukra.
having
What?
a
What the hell is Ukra?
Murah.
Mura, yeah, that says Kermit says no monkeys. Period.
It's not a monkey. It's a chimpanzee. No, it's a librarian.
They're all monkeys. They're evil.
The Discworld librarian.
We have a Discord librarian?
Discworld.
Oh, Discworld. Okay. He's a wizard. He's not really a monkey.
Padre says,
Doesn't
I
count.
need to write the fluffy cow, eat cow drinking song. Do it. Do it.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. Why not?
Oh,
Oh, look. 40 people watching. 21 have liked. What have
oh
we done?
well. Because
We've-
we have no rails. We have no
we apparently
plan.
we have disappointed 19 people.
Oh,
No, monkeys are no. Listen to me. Listen to me. No. Monkeys are bad. I don't like monkeys. Period.
And people are getting ideas. My work here is done. Yeah, Kermit.
Kermit,
Y'all-
do you have your instigator sticker yet?
Need an instigator tattoo.
Oh.
So, those of you with creative streaks, Tom,
We
we've got
deployed by the barrel.
damn Skippy. Those of y'all with creative streaks that have
And Wally wins the interwebs today.
for those of you who may be watching it later, Wally has just said Spurtle monkey when it's too small to spank.
Private Spurgle, a capuchin.
Okay, that was going on a sticker.
Spurgle monkey was too small to spank.
And the chat is even further off the rails, Ag. Let's just be honest. We've never had rails for this show.
Nope. Wow, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Too small to spank. Wow.
We're marching forth with battle flags unfurled to the honor and the glory of the herd shot round the world.
Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, if y'all have a creative streak, y'all need to be writing stuff for us.
We have AT tires in a muddy field. Yeah, that's about right. Oh,
Yeah.
Spurgle would be a howler monkey. That is on the money.
Not going there. Not
Yeah.
going there. We need, Cedar, Goblin Market's coming out. Y'all need to write stories for Goblin Market.
Yes.
I seriously think Pin Up Noir was was a game changer for us. It
Mhm.
really was. All Will Burn was up there too. I think that Giant Freaking Robots is going to leave both of them in the dust. We need authors. Y'all need to write for us. So have at it.
You're already got plenty, but
We
more never help.
We never have enough.
Yeah.
Write for us. Write stories. Even if we don't accept them, write them and put them on Amazon, please.
Yeah, you can sell your own stuff. Trust me, it works. Of course, sometimes you got to get it out of your head first.
But there are plenty of creative people on here that need to write, and we need to pay you for that writing. So, Tom, yes, we got one for Space Marines. We got one for Space Marines.
He's working
One.
on it.
Yeah, well,
It's a historian universe. Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that we could have paid Tom for multiple stories by now.
Well, he did get one in from Malta. I
He got
think.
one in for
Yeah.
Malta. He got one in for Space Marines. Dun, dun, dun. It's just I want to pay my friends so they can stop working for the man. Or
Well, we
whatever.
all do that at least through May anymore, if not June.
No kidding. No kidding.
Oh yeah, Weird West is another one.
Did Tom have one in for Weird West?
No. Jesse says he's halfway through his Weird West one.
Yeah, that one's still open.
Yeah, Weird West is still open. Goblin Market
Tom,
open today.
Weird West is still open.
Yeah.
He's slightly busy.
Who's editing that one?
She's got it.
Okay.
Weird West is Courtney.
Nick is helping me on that one, but
We are punting the Space Marines, the military ones. We're punting over to Mike Burke and Nick Nethery because they're both retired or almost retired military, and have a better feel for the military stuff. Plus, it gives Courtney time to write her own stuff
Yeah.
Mhm.
because Courtney had written her own stuff. So
Yep. This the Taco Tuesday thing has gotten me the most recent stories in the last year and a half. So it's been good.
So Rita's doing the Moggy stuff. Mike and Nick are doing military stuff, and that's still not going to give her as much time as I'd like because she does need to work on her own stuff.
But I also I need to do this, and there's a bunch more stuff that I'm handing off as we develop more people. So
Yeah,
it's all right. I got this.
I know. I know.
The last year's been a little nuts, but in the first few months of this year,
And you need to finish the Eat Cow world.
I'm working on it. I'm actually, y'all don't believe me. I'm actually working. I'm working on a lot of crap right now. I've got a very important short story that keeps. I have a short story that must be done by March. It's very important that it be done by March, and it keeps resetting in my damn head.
Yeah.
It's really pissing me off.
Hey, Tiffany, welcome.
Oh, the square in chief.
Say that again.
The squeer in chief. Tiffany's
Oh.
here. I must call up this picture again.
Yeah.
Tiffany. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
of these stories, it's vital this one get done, and I can tell you all about it probably after March. It's got to be done, and I keep having to restart it because it goes off like it's not supposed to. And I've actually got the seeds for a couple more short stories and novellas and or books, but there's a definite universe it must be written in, and it keeps wandering off. It really pisses me off.
And Cedar says, laughing out loud, I had a moment of inspiration. Yeah. That. And it was a good one. And Tiffany is good enough, folks, that she could take a joke,
Oh, yeah.
thankfully.
Oh, she's on the cover. Yeah, she's on the cover, and apparently dolphins heard the squeeing. So,
That was one of my favorite things, is to hear people be really excited
Oh, yeah.
about
Yeah.
when they see what's coming out, and you know.
well, I honestly hope. Well, I figured the day that contract day and everybody jumping and squeeing, when it doesn't affect me anymore, it's probably time to get out of this business. But young authors with their first contract,
Yeah.
it's just, oh, and people squeeing over the first time they make a cover. It's just, oh, and when it doesn't affect me anymore, I'll turn this over to somebody else and do something else.
Yeah. Well, and Sam's starting the whole group,
Add more.
Add
team
more.
Mhm.
Team and more. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam's great.
That's an interesting concept. And,
Oh yeah.
It's about supporting people when it comes right down to it.
Oh, Wally has an offer on a 5-acre parcel east of Tiny Town.
Oh,
Well done.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed.
yep.
When we get Ben Yellow to write a book intro. Okay, stick a pin in that one. There are plans afoot.
Yeah.
Pin in that one. Yes, twofer on Raptor. For those of you who don't realize what's just burned Raptor sinuses, I posted that. Those are the war boys from the latest Mad Max. That was off a Mike Burke comment in a private chat, and it was too good. I had to make it.
Have a good one, Brennan.
And
Tell your wife we love her.
oh yeah, she needs anything to send up a flare or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big yellow. If you want to talk about squeeing, I haven't heard a new author squeak quite as much as the entire Raconteur Press staff. Raconteur Press staff.
Mhm.
Spit it out.
Yeah, exactly. When we discovered Ben Yellow had given us 4 stars. The squeeing was, yeah,
At 6 in the morning.
at 6 a.m. I'm on the way into work, and I had to pull over so I could squee properly. I had to read the review twice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, he's gonna figure out what he did and erase it. Let's screenshot this.
And for Ben to give 4 stars
Yeah.
is damn good.
Mhm.
Amongst the other things you need to sit and listen to Ben talk about, his rating system.
Yeah.
Is he has a very objective and really logical rating system for books.
And 40 plus years of experience.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And please God, I don't ever want to hear Ben refer to one of my stuff to any of my stuff as perfectly readable.
It was a story.
Yeah,
It was perfectly
it was a
readable.
perfectly readable
Oh.
story. Ouch.
Ow. Yeah. Now you got over and up.
Yeah. It was perfectly readable.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Ben. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yes.
He described L. Ron Hubbard's stuff. Most of his stuff was perfectly readable. It's like, ow.
Yeah.
Some of it was brilliant. Most of it was perfectly readable.
Yeah.
The story was full of words. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a yelp from the back. Ow. Honestly, guys, Ben, he's taken some crap here in the last couple of weeks. I'm sure y'all aware of it. Yeah, I've got thoughts about that I will do in private company.
Yeah.
If y'all see him at a con, y'all need to talk to Ben.
Yeah.
Seriously, that man is a walking, talking repository on the levels of Library of Alexandria as far as science fiction and fandom
And Worldcons.
and Worldcons.
Yeah.
I can't believe they threw him under the bus for that.
It doesn't surprise me.
Ben Yallow. I don't think he's on Facebook, You can find him wandering around with an absolutely a lovely expression and slightly bemused
Yeah.
in a bow tie at most convention. If you see convention, this little silver haired guy with a great big grin and a bow tie. That's probably Ben Yellow.
Yeah.
And he needs
And always with a jacket on.
yeah, he's always got a sport coat and a white shirt with a sweater vest and a great huge tie, and just poke food down him and listen to him talk.
Well, we took him shooting. I think it's the first time, probably in 40 or 50 years, he's ever worn anything other than a coat and tie.
He has a uniform. And
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And he's this gentle, sweet, silver-haired guy with just delighted by everything. His review was Pinup Noir, the first one on Amazon. And we got 4 stars. It's like, holy shit, we got 4 stars. Because he only gets 5 stars for stuff he considers Hugo or Nebula award-winning. If it has an award-winning story or it's an award-winning story in his very expansive experience, is the only time we give it 5 stars. Oh, that's 4. That's like, oh, we got a 4-star from Big Yellow. Yay!
Yeah.
Now, 1 star means he threw it against the wall. And
Yeah.
that's a direct quote.
Yeah.
He said, 1 star, I threw it. 2 star, it was perfectly readable. It's like,
Yeah, sadly, the Hugo Awards mean nothing nowadays. Yeah.
oh, I beg to disagree. Hugo Awards mean don't touch it.
Well, yeah.
Do not read this.
Yeah, he's seen it all, been amused by most of it. Yeah.
And he just loves fandom. He
Yeah.
doesn't want I think as annoyed as Ben can get, the whole polarization of fandom is one of the things that annoys him.
Hmm.
It breaks his heart.
And
Mhm.
those you couldn't hear, John said it breaks his heart. He loves science fiction. He loves the fandom. He just wants everybody to enjoy it. And for those
And
fuck
he-
weasels to throw him under the bus
Yeah.
really pisses me off.
And he spent years in New York, and he's known and worked with all the major players.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
the stories.
Yeah. The stories about Jim Bain. Yeah.
And if you ask him about legends, urban legends regarding science fiction,
Yeah.
he was there. He'll
Yeah.
go, uh-huh, or uh-uh. It's like I was talking about how Scientology, I had heard Scientology was the result of a bet between L. Ron Hubbard and Ben's munching on a cracker and goes, and L. Sprague de Camp. I was there.
Yeah.
Of course he was. Of course he was.
He's been to like over 800 science fiction conventions.
Yeah.
He's been there.
And the dead dog parties
Mm.
and just wandering around enjoying it. And he's been on con committees and
Oh, that listening to him and John
oh god,
at
yes.
Fantasy was hilarious.
God.
You were sitting over there just going,
They have some experience on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben will always hold record convention attendance. No kidding. That's all. And now that he's retired, he loves conventions. He loves convention people.
Yeah.
He loves the fandom. He loves just
He does.
Yeah.
Now the big thing would be putting him and Tully in the same spot.
Yeah.
no kidding, right?
Well, that's what Jesse just said.
Yeah.
The
'cause
three of y'all.
Well, part of it is that he's old fandom.
Yeah.
I'm like middle fandom, and Tully predates me, so we're kind of we kind of hit this big long, about 60-year stretch between
Yeah.
the three of us. So, and I'm all West Coast.
Yeah.
So and Ben's all East Coast, and Tully's in the middle.
Yeah.
So
So you covered the
we
entire.
cover the entire U.S.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
And on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time
and 4 minutes.
and 4 minutes. Yeah.
Sorry about the war stories, but I was in a mood.
Yeah. The lemon would not appreciate it. Oh,
I
God.
have my viewpoints on that subject too.
Uh-huh.
Rabid puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I said.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ugh.
well, y'all just remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. And we'll see you later.
Be safe, guys.
Bye.
Stories is why we're here. Because y'all are insane.